I know, I do it every time. It's never gonna get old. Um, Hi everyone. Welcome to the Blue Shark Friends live stream. I am so excited because we launched our Kickstarter. And if you haven't gotten a message from me about it directly, because I've been doing a lot of messaging people, I will ping me. I will definitely like ping you about it. I am so bad at like newsletters. I just decided I'm just gonna scroll through my sent items and start emailing everyone I've talked to slowly, like ever. Um, but yeah, our Kickstarter's out, which is absolutely crazy. And honestly, it kind of felt like it was never gonna happen. It was starting, I don't know, it was a big project, and now it's real, and you can browse, and we already have, don't we have like $600+ pledged already? And like, here's the thing. Last Sunday, we missed our live because Josie and I basically spent all of Sunday finishing up everything for the Kickstarter and finally pushing it out. And um, we finally did at about 2 a.m. And then we went to bed and we're like, we're not going to worry about this again. And I've been slowly, like, I told everyone once we get the Kickstarter out, I have to take a week off. So, um, part of getting a campaign like started, it's kind of hard to like fully pull back. So I've been slowly just telling people about it. Um, but it's been slow. And the fact that like we didn't have a launch party or anything really big or momentous, and people are still coming in and supporting us at this level. Um, that's insane and beautiful and amazing. And I just, every time we have success, I hope that you guys feel inspired that this is doable, because if there's anything I wanted these live streams to show you is that we're not special. Like, uh, and we're here to help. So I'm really excited. I am going to tell you about how to get involved because I want it to feel really accessible to anyone. And then I'm going to tell you like some of the philosophy behind why we decided to build things this way. I don't think I've had like a really full philosophical discussion about that. And I've had so many people ask me, but why do I need a website? So we'll get into that. But first, our Kickstarter. Also, our homepage is new and improved, and I'm so excited about it. It looks so good. Ah, um, at the very top, there's in the middle, there's like 3 sections, and one is our story, one is join us, one is our shiver. That was what the other one was. And so if you go to our website, bluesharkfriends.com, and you click join us, that will take you to a form that starts the process for actually joining Blue Shark Friends. Now, I want you to know, like, if you're joining our community, it's to be a part of our community. So, like, if you don't know anyone in our community, then we will encourage you to get to know people before we give you full access to everything. And we have groups and spaces that are designed for that, where people can interact with each other, especially our Discord and our Facebook. And if you go to those places, you can request to join, because we want it to feel like you're joining a community. And when you join a community, like, there was this thing they would do when I was at church, which is the only thing I can think of to relate. Um, and you could go to services and participate fully over and over and over again but nothing really counted until you stood up and said, I would like to register as a member at this congregation. And it was like an official announcement to say, I want to be part of this community. And it's very similar as this is what we're doing digitally is we want to be open and safe for people to interact with us at a whole bunch of different levels. But if they want to start to ease their way into our community, if they, especially if they already know people who are part of our community, we have spaces for that. And then if they're ready to say, hey, I want to be a part of this, we have a process for that too. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited about it. And now it's all up and you can just join. You can, one of the things I love about this is like, you can decide to follow us, or you can decide to go to one of our curated spaces, which we have a Facebook group and a Discord right now. Or you can decide that you want to become a member and um, fill out the form and start that process. We send you an email that often goes to spam, so you'll have to check for that. Um, but also, one of the things that we wanted to make clear is that you can join a coalition. One of the things that's been happening lately is that there are a lot of different queer businesses that are starting to build directories of safe queer people and queer businesses and queer organizations so that we can know who we can go to and who we can connect with. And some of that is happening very public in the open, and some of it's not going to be public. But we wanted to also add our own space to that. And that's where we created the ShiverNet. And this was a way for people to say, hey, I believe in what you're doing. I want to build community, but I don't really want to be part of Blue Shark Friends. Like, um, that's okay. If you already are part of an organization, you can sign up and join the ShiverNet for free. And it's really just we create little tiles that have links to your community building methodology, your power dynamics, and like the group of people that make up your community. And so um, it's a way of saying, hey, we are a bunch of different digital communities. We govern ourselves in different ways, but we are transparent about how we do that. And that way we can learn from each other and people can start to get a sense of, hey, these are the kinds of communities I want to join. This is one of the things that people who aren't interested in making the world a better place are very bad at doing because building community is hard and it's slow and it takes trust. And that's just, it's not move fast and break things. So that's the beauty of it. And we want to have a space where we can all share. And we have a little form on this page, and it's basically like, hey, if you have a community building methodology or a power dynamics page or a list of the people who are part of your community, please give us those links so we can put them on the little tile. But if you don't, we'll just put coming soon. And that's kind of a signal that just says, hey, maybe we're a community that we've never thought of actually writing out a methodology of actually thinking through that, or we've never been transparent about our power dynamics before. But we can't do that right away, but that's the world that we want to live in. And that's something that we want to move towards. And so we created a space for that. It's not going to be monetized. We're not going to put ads on it. It's just a space for communities to connect. And we wanted to also make a space to say, hey, maybe instead of being instead of already being part of an organization, you are looking for an organization to join. And so that's where we created this other space called the ShiverNet Harbor. And it's just kind of, you know how like a harbor is the part of a port that's open to the sea. It's kind of a space where people can sit and just say, hey, I'm looking for community and I'm going to just check out these different groups. I'm going to watch how they interact with each other. I'm just going to follow them and get a sense of, are they the kinds of people that I think I would fit in well with? Because being able to build communities that where we are connected with each other is going to be essential for uh, this time period. And one of the things that we want to make really clear is that you can do this. If you go back to our site, um, in our menu, we have a section called Solutions. And the Solutions section will take you to a page that links to our software, which is at shiver.bluesharkfriends.com. And you can download our software and use it yourself. Like, it's open source. So if you want to download ShiverDoc and start building small websites for the people in your community so that you can stay connected with them, even if Facebook becomes a fascist hellhole like Twitter, um, even if things just slowly degrade on other social medias, you can build your own. That has been the whole point of Blue Shark Friends, is showing people not only can you build your own community, you can talk to your friends and form a Kickstarter and hire them so that as people buy pieces from the Kickstarter, that your friends, the people that you care about, are getting paid directly. Like, they're making money off of it. You can take economic activity from these platforms that are just siphoning our wealth, and you can redistribute it amongst the people you actually care about. So everything is here. If you're someone who is tech savvy and wants to do everything themselves, or you know people who are tech savvy and you want to work on it yourself and you don't want to be a part of this at all, you can use our tools. Um, and from the shivernet.social, from the shivernet, you can actually look at our community building methodology. And if that's something you want to use, that's what it's there for. So it's open. We've shown our work. We built a community that helped us launch a Kickstarter. How wild is that? To get your friends together and say, hey, let's launch a Kickstarter together. And then to make it work. That's so crazy. How it's so wild. It's like a dream. And it's a dream that's made possible by people like you. Right? People who said, hey, you know what? I don't know how much I have to offer, but I'm willing to put my name next to yours and say that I believe in you. Like, that's something our crewmates did. And some people said, hey, I think I could do a little bit of work, but it would have to be at my own pace. And that's what our deckhands did. And so, like, we've also had other organizations that said, I really believe in what you're doing and I want to support you. And they became our partners. There's so many different ways for us to connect. And if you are feeling called to do something like this, to build digital community and finally feel like you're connected to other people, and that you have a digital home that won't just be taken away from you by the arbitrary decisions of unaccountable bureaucrats. Um, if that's what you want, all the pieces are here. If you already have a website, um, at the very bottom of our Shiver page, we have different ways for you to just link up with us. Like, you can join our spaces, like our Discord or our Facebook. You can join our trying to remember off the top of my head because I can barely read my phone. Oh, Yeah, you can just list yourself as a comrade and say, "Hey, I really believe in what they're doing, but I'm not ready to be a part of their shiver. Like, I'm not, like, connected. I'm not that connected, but I just wanna say I'm also one of the people who believes in what they're doing." Or you can even become, like, a supporter. We are, starting to put businesses here that have materially supported our community because they wanted to. And being able to say, "Hey, we vouch for these people because of what they've done for us," that really matters. And that's that kind of word of mouth. Um, I can't think of the word, so I'll just go with suggestion. The kind of word of mouth suggestion that other people might be a good fit. That makes a huge deal. So we've made a bunch of different ways to get involved, whether that's through labor, whether that's through supporting our Kickstarter, which if you go to our homepage, our Kickstarter link's right there, front and center. So, um, and I'm really proud of it. It looks really good. I guess we should show it a little bit. There's so many items, and if you're interested in getting a site, because so many people have been like, what would I do with a website? And I hope that a little bit of what I've shown you is that with a website, you can just connect yourself to others. You can decide who you connect to. You're not limited by a platform. You can say, "Hey, I'm connected to this person, this person, this person, this person. I'm connected to these shivers or these organizations." Um, and from there, you can do stuff like collect your friends together and build a Kickstarter. I am still amazed that this happened. It is beautiful. I have like the most talented friends I've ever met. They're lovely. I just think it's so cool. And I'm not special. This is something that you can do. And I hope that's been the theme, is that you can do this. Also, I'm really excited about this Shiver Zine book, and I hope a lot of people get it because uh, we've had a lot of interest, and that's just really cool. We have a trans woman I connected with in Portugal who's talking about doing a translation of it into Portuguese. So I'm just so excited. I'm so excited, and I hope I hope you are too. I'm I know the world's a shit show, and it seems kind of wild to try to build anything at a time like this. But building the future is what creates the future. And what we build right now is what's going to be there. So we might as well build something that we're proud of. And I'm really proud of what we've built. Okay, I'm so excited. This is, oh, one more thing before I switch gears. If you are like, hey, I love everything you're doing, I don't really want to be more of a support, what can I do? Our flyers are right here on our homepage, blueshirtfriends.com. You can click a flyer, download it, print it, and put it up or give it to anyone. Hang it up in your office or your house. Uh, I'd love it if people were hanging it up in their house. I'm not sure I'm that important, but just know, like, you can help us market this if that's one of the things you want to do. There's so many ways to get involved. And one of the things that was most important to us was to be able to have this be accessible to everyone so that it felt like anyone could be a part of it. And as we learn about ways that we're not accessible, we're going to keep fixing those and adding more. But for now, I just really want to say that you guys are beautiful and I love you. And I know that we have flyers out in Denver and Salt Lake City already. And that's just incredible. Um, I'm going to transition for a second because I want to answer a question on, okay, this is cool, but why are we building sites again? Like, what am I going to do with the website? The first thing I want you to know is you already have a website. If you're on any social media whatsoever, you are functionally participating in the internet as if you have your own personal space. It's just that that space is being controlled by whatever platform you're on, whether that's pictures on Instagram, posts on Facebook, articles on Medium or Substack. Like, all of these are platforms that get to have control over what you can say, over what you can share, over whether or not you can talk about Palestine or LGBT things. Even just today, I learned that Apple and Google have removed the tracking ice apps from their app stores. The website's yours. You get to put what you want on there. You get to associate with who you want. There's this word that's really big and I hate it. Because I hate it when there's like a really academic word because I feel like it gets to be um, too abstract. But it's called techno-feudalism. And so, history lesson. What actually was feudalism? Once upon a time, we lived in the ocean. In the ocean. Once upon a time, we lived on the land. And what feudalism was some people basically conquered spaces, put fences around it, and said, I am the owner of this land. You have to, you can farm on it, but you have to give a percentage of that to me. I don't do any work. All I do is own it. And you create on this land, and I get a percent of the profit from that. What happened with platforms is they became essentially virtual feudal estates. They became spaces that we do all the work. We create the pictures. We create the content. We create the reels and the TikToks. We create everything. And then either through ads or subscriptions, they take a cut. That's techno feudalism. We are farming content. We're working the land for them. And we don't have to do that. If we have our own site, and this isn't like we have a dream of making it easy to be able to add pictures and easy to be able to add blogs and basically building in these extra tools that so many social medias use. Like it's open source, it's out there. What we've not had and what Blue Shark Friends is a community of technologically driven people working on building the tools for their community specifically and growing as their community needs. And that's what we do. One of the reasons why feudalism failed is because instead of doing all their trade with the lords of the land and just giving them that percentage, people started trading with each other. They formed companies. and said, hey, we'll work together, we'll all have stake in this, and we'll split the profits. That was capitalism. That's how capitalism became a thing. And it broke feudalism because freedom is always more sustainable than oppression. And so I would rather not invent capitalism again. That's why we built Blue Shark Friends, so that internally we try to trade with each other instead of trying to purchase from each other. And that we've built our system so that people can come and join and eventually become pirates and become equal owners in Blue Shark Friends. This, but the concept of a free market, the concept of us deciding who we associate with, not a platform, not not this idea that if your brain works where pictures are the best way for you to interact with things, you're segmented over here, and if it's videos, you're segmented over there. Not controlled by algorithms. We just choose who we want in our life, and we connect with them directly. That's taking our power back. In our manifesto, we have, because we have a manifesto on our website, so proud of it. We have a line: in an agrarian economy, seize the land. In an industrial economy, seize the means of production. In an informational economy, seize the data. The data is you. The content you create is what makes these apps keep going. And because all they're doing is taking rent, they're not really creating anything anymore. They've already created it. They're just essentially maintaining a system that already exists poorly. We all know the shitification, right? Um, they're maintaining systems that already exist, just like owning land, and they're just taking some money from it. People keep asking, like, what can we do to change the direction of the world? And it's leave the platforms that are causing us to go in that direction. But the people we care about are on those platforms, and we have to help them evacuate too. So that's it. Until we destroy the power that the current tech oligarchs have over all of us, we cannot really be free. So, seize the data. This is why we're selling websites. If you build your own website and you start building a platform for your own community, it doesn't matter if your Instagram gets cut off because you have a backup, you have a space where you can still stay connected. You don't lose people just because they got zapped. Isn't that wild that we use Zuckerberg's name to essentially mean someone got disappeared digitally? We don't we don't have to live like that. And that's been this labor. It's just proving to you that we don't. We don't have to live like that. We can have control over over our own virtual destinies, and we can build our own connections. I love you all. I am so excited. I am so tired. And yeah, please, please get involved, whether that's supporting us financially, whether that's joining the ShiverNet, whether that's joining Blue Shark Friends, whether that's following us on one of the socials. Like, it's open and accessible and there. So I hope that you'll join us and that we can stay connected, because connection is what's going to get us through this. We have to hold on to each other. And that's going to look different for every single community. So you have to let go of this idea that some new technology can solve things, because it can't. The technology to solve whatever the needs of your community are, it lies with you. You have to help build it. But if you're looking for a tech company that might be able to support you in that, Blue Shark Friends. I love you all. I am so excited. Please check out our Kickstarter. We had to put so much content into that. It's become probably the deepest dive into the story of Blue Shark Friends. And you get to see so much of the heart and energy and love of our crewmates and our deckhands. And I don't know. I'm just really proud of it. It's it's like a group project that is just beautiful. And I get to do it with my friends and people I love the most. And out of that group project, like we're starting to talk about having a weekly, bi-weekly meeting. Like it's brought us together, which I know like in our shiver cycle we kind of like said that's what would happen, but watching it happen in real time and just going, this this can work. So I'm excited. Check us out. I love you all. Hold on to each other, okay? You can do this. I believe in you.